Hello and welcome to the J&J podcast. Today we have Jay, myself, Jaime, and Eamon. And as we were discussing last time, we are going to do our own so-called Metal Hall of Fame. So we have our, the only stipulation we have is they have to be around, it has to be at least 25 years since their first album. And we're going to do a performers category, musical excellence, and musical influence categories. They can be on specific people if we want, or you can choose bands or whatever. It's kind of free game. Who would like to go first?
You guys first.
All right.
Eamon, who is your choice for performer?
Well, okay, let me see. Let me go down my list of for performer who has and do these people, can they be part already in the Hall of Fame or no? And just this is
Yes.
our own.
This is just our own. Yeah, so the only stipulation we have is they have to be around for at least 25 years since the first album has been released.
For performer, I got to go with Motley Crue. Yeah, I got to go with Motley Crue.
Motley Crue. Okay, now why did you choose them for your performer?
When you have a guy
What?
playing drums upside down in a roller coaster, that's enough said. And then still be able to do it. The way they interact with fans, they talk with fans, they work the crowd, and and all the women that go to Motley Crue concerts, holy shit, So
Yeah. For Tommy Lee, he normally has a different spectacle for each tour. I think it is.
Yeah.
So, but I think to be in the
they
Hall of
are
Fame,
good
you
live.
have to be
They
good
were
live.
up until recently. We're talking for, you said 25 years, right? So
25 years since their first album's been released.
Man, there was nothing like them. If we're going on now, then we could just say none of the 80s bands, none of the heavy metal bands are, because we've seen them all. They all are terrible. So we're
No, you can take them from their primes.
No, they're not.
And it takes a lot because I'm a huge Kiss fan. I would say Kiss, but there's something about the Motley Crue live shows, man, when they come on stage and hit those chords and get you going and you're having fun. You're part of it, man. You feel like you're part of the atmosphere,
Yeah, I agree with that part.
Like if you watch Kiss, great show, they put on a great show, but it's kind of like sitting back in a movie theater and just watching the production. You're not a part of it. Motley Crue, you were part of the deal. You really were.
Jamie, you trying to go before me, or do you want me to go before you?
I disagree wholeheartedly with Motley Crue.
Well, everyone has
As
their own
much as
pick.
I love them,
I
You
just
gotta
said
be good live.
I've seen them live since 1983 when they were opening up for Ozzy. So everything I'm going for, I've seen firsthand.
Yeah.
From their prime.
So the cage and the roller coaster and all that. Okay, so is there a way to put Motley Crue in there and exclude Vince Neil?
Again,
terrible.
we're saying we're going back, right? Not any recent, because if we're doing recently
in their prime,
we're not going to mention any 80s band.
No, I know.
Yeah, no, this is in their primes.
In their primes, when they would come, I would see them in Dallas, go to San Antonio, see them, go to Austin, and see them go to Houston. I would do the 4 or 5 shows every time they come, and man, it was like that. Yeah.
Okay, for performer, who did I put down? Okay, so for my performance, I chose
that was on my
Cooper,
list, real close. Absolutely.
He's been involved in movies. He was in a Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. He's always has the shock going on. Stuff from his whoops, you could say, which kind of shocked him for a little bit, was actually in Toronto in, I think, 1969. Somebody threw a chicken on stage, and then he threw it back in, and the crowd tore it apart.
Yeah.
And then he has all his different ways of being killed on stage, going from the electric chair to beheaded. Now he has this dealer of death. So
It's-
Yeah, that was a
stage
real
shows
close.
and-
That was it. My other one. Oh,
Yeah.
He was,
And he was also on the Muppet Show. So
Let me jump in real quick because my performer is also Alice Cooper.
we have two of us saying the same
so,
person.
Look, if we're gonna talk, we're not gonna talk about him twice, so we might as well just jump in and say, well, we're both Alice Cooper.
Yeah, I was going to say I think I've seen him 3 or 4 times now.
an
So.
honorable mention back in the day, and just an honorable
at least-
mention just to
at least-
say, the Judas Priest was awesome.
Well,
But,
maybe
Yeah,
next
'cause
year
that
we
was-
can,
that was on
we'll
my
come
deal.
around to this again.
I never got to see them live, but at the time I wasn't. So Judas Priest is a weird one for me because in my youth, wasn't a huge fan. I like them more the older I get.
So this one you kind of
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Growing
older I
into-
get, the more I like them.
yeah. What else we got?
You
So
got
the
that.
next one would be musical excellence.
Well, this one, I'll go first on this one. It's Iron Maiden.
I thought you were going to use them for all 3, honestly, but
Well, I tried not to
Musical
because that's the
excellence.
easy thing to do.
The only thing with Iron Maiden, the only person I would
Musical
say who's
excellence.
musically a musical genius is Steve Harris, their bass player. Everybody's okay, but yeah, I see that. Well, go ahead.
Dave Murray's pretty
Yeah.
fucking awesome too. So is Adrian Smith. We
Yeah,
can
Nick,
argue
that's a
this
good
all
show
day
with
long
the-
because I'm very, very pro Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Clive
Nick
Burr
puts a
was,
good show with their Eddie
Clive
on
Burr
stage.
was unreal. Nico is
I just read an article where it
fucking
said he just left Iron
ridiculously
Maiden.
good.
I don't know how true that is.
well because he did
Yeah.
have a stroke in the last couple of years, and they are getting old.
Yeah.
But I like influence, musical excellence, performer.
All right.
That's Iron Maiden all day long, all
It's-
3 of them. But I wanted to be not
It's hard
so
to say
biased.
musical
No.
excellence when it comes to heavy metal because it's all, just bar chords or so on, unless you start talking about Yngwie Malmsteen or Steve Vai or some of those, in those bands, but that's just one person. Now, if we're talking about a whole group that's a musical excellence, I can think of one, but I'm not so sure they're heavy metal.
Mhm.
But damn, every single person in that band is good, and that's Boston. Every single band
Yeah.
in Kansas, but
Kansas
Boston,
too.
those guys, every single one is like,
yes.
Well, when they came
Yeah.
out, they were sort of like a hard rock for when they came
Would
out.
you-
So yeah, I put them in our categories.
Minus, the obvious.
well,
Amanda,
everybody's going to have a
but
ballad. That's
Yeah,
what
but
puts them in the. Yeah.
For it was
Everybody
back then,
did
yeah.
ballads.
Yeah.
Everybody did
Oh,
ballads.
still even now.
Golly.
okay, so we got Maiden for musical excellence. We have Boston for musical excellence, and mine.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
go
God. I've got it right
Queensryche.
here. It was close. I've got it right here. That was my.
Yes.
It was a toss up.
Yeah.
That's why. If you were going to say Boston is
they-
not, I was going to throw out Queensryche.
Yeah, no, I chose Queensryche.
Yes.
They're all
Yes.
well, for me. It's
Yes.
totally melodic. I
Yes.
love that part.
Yeah.
Pure talent all the way through.
I have zero disagreements with anything.
Yeah.
Thus far.
And then even for what was it? Oh, it was box office flop. But shit, I remember the name of the movie. I just forget it now. But the only reason Arnold Schwarzenegger chose to do a movie was one of his demands was they had to have Queensryche in the soundtrack.
Whoa, what movie was that? Was it?
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, that was a good
Last Action
movie.
Hero.
That was a fun movie.
I liked it, but
Yeah.
it was a box office flop for him. But I liked it.
No, it was just fun. It was just a fun movie. It was just
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like how they made fun
That's
of
what it
actual
was,
movies.
yeah.
Like they made fun of the movies, everything. Yeah, a little bit before its time. But the only reason he was going to do that movie, one of his demands, so not the only reason, but one of his demands was they had to have Queensryche and the soundtrack, or else he wasn't
what
going
song
to do
is
it.
what song is Queensryche?
Because
doing?
apparently he's I can't remember the name right now. I know I have it on the playlist.
Of course you do.
It's not
Yeah.
that bad of a song. They didn't write it just for the movie. It's one of their normal
Well,
songs.
Jay, I don't know if you know this. Queensryche is not that bad of a
No,
thing.
he's just saying, yeah.
I
Hey,
was listening
you
to
know, if it
them.
wasn't Queensryche, a close
Yeah.
second would be Stryper. Talk about a band that knows. Yeah, they're
Good Christian band.
good stuff, but maybe we'll put them on. We'll talk about them next year when we do this.
Well, another one I was looking
Yeah.
at was
Yeah.
Saxon. But
Yeah.
they
Either way,
were
Bruce is in.
influenced by Queensryche.
Either way, Bruce is in.
Okay, so our final category is artist influence or band influence. Musical influence. We'll call it that. Musical influence. It could be a person, a band.
Yeah, you guys go first. I think I have maybe one that you guys didn't even think of.
I think mine's going to be kind of an obvious.
Musical.
Is it Iron Maiden?
But
Then it's not obvious.
Musical influence. No, I steered clear from Maiden this time because I knew how you were for them.
the one I have for that, it's not heavy metal, but every single guitar player or music or whatever is derived from this guy's music. It's from blues, and I'm not saying we're going to put him in there, you know, but it's got with
Well, this is an influence.
influence. I
This is influence. Yes.
Yeah,
because he's been an
with
influence
BB King,
from.
yeah.
Because the fun part about this, you could even go all the way back to classical music.
Well, that's all Randy
Okay.
Rhodes.
As
That's what he
influence.
learned.
What?
Is music moved on.
When I was told metal
Was what?
it wasn't
Yes.
told all time.
Yeah,
BB King is all time.
yeah.
Musical influence, yeah.
But he's
that's
not
what I was saying.
metal.
That's why.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I didn't even like because
Yeah.
BB
Yeah.
King, easy, 100%.
So,
Did you have a backup for this one?
it's real hard. I mean, Black Sabbath. You know,
Are they not in
the-
already?
or
Oh well,
This is
I mean,
ours.
but it's just ours. Yeah.
I really can't think of one. I've been cracking my head on that because everybody copies each other. You know, it's a heavy metal's a copycat. You know, type of music.
And to a degree, yeah.
They do.
They all like to share.
They do.
Black Sabbath didn't really copy anybody else in metal because metal wasn't really a thing.
No, they were kind of starting it. So they were, you could call them the pioneers.
Yeah. And you, Jay?
Mine? It's another coin toss. It all depends on how you categorize them. So
Just fucking pick one.
I was going to go with Pink Floyd.
But they influence.
And what's your other one?
I only went with one this time.
That's a hard.
For the influence category. Because I was thinking Floyd because most of the melodic stuff is influenced by Pink
Sure.
Floyd.
I think a lot of it is specifically influenced by David Gilmour. I don't know if it was a Pink Floyd thing.
I like
It's only
going by
David
bands though.
I guess it's me now, eh?
All you.
I got two.
Okay.
I couldn't decide. So I got Motorhead
Mhm.
and Dio.
Yeah. I was looking at a lot of their stuff too. And Dio was busy before you went
Yeah.
solo.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. He was busy after it too. Like he never stopped. Until he stopped.
Well, I think that was the only way he was going to.
Yeah.
You know,
pretty
if
much.
you're doing what you love.
But I think because Motorhead and Dio, like the list is fucking long on influence. Like it's a long list for both of them. And a lot of it, probably the same guys, they influence the same guys. But it's a real long list. So I think,
Motorhead.
I mean, Eamon kind of, like Black Sabbath was, for me, the influence was the easy answer. So I tried to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I actually put effort into shit this time. So
You should be doing that all the time.
but I think Black Sabbath, if this is like a brand new Hall of Fame for influence, Black Sabbath should be the first one in.
Okay.
Like the first one. And then everything else after that
You know,
is
look
who
what
else?
Black Sabbath brought into the picture. They brought Ozzy and Dio.
Oh, before Dio went to Black Sabbath, he was actually with another band before that.
Well,
Actually, I think it was 2 bands before Black Sabbath.
Oh, you're looking that up, are you?
I was looking it up earlier. I don't have all that in front of me. My laptop died.
You need another monitor.
No, I need a better computer.
Well, I mean, okay. So there's one. I'm gonna go off board.
Gonna go off point.
No. It's still on point.
Okay.
It's just off board. Somebody else that should be in the Hall of Fame. How metal they are,
Well, influence.
I'm unsure. Soundgarden. They're not. No. Because they influenced a lot. I mean, I know that the grunge movement. Like, I'm not even a fan. But
The only category I think that would fall under for
I can't
what we're
deny
doing,
that they influenced a whole bunch, especially Chris Cornell.
they were actually getting together to do one concert, I think, next year as a fundraiser.
Unless it's his daughter singing. No.
Well, no, they're not using the Soundgarden name, but all the surviving members and a female singer are getting together under a different name just for you. And they're doing a fundraiser. They've done this.
That's out of respect for fucking Chris Cornell. That's got nothing to do with me.
But they've done this, I think, 3 times already under a different name.
Was it Chris Cornell's daughter?
I think it's been a different singer every time.
Okay.
Yeah, but they go under. I can't remember the name that they've been using, but it's something like, I think it was like an anagram from Soundgarden. So they just like they ended up coming up with a whole new word, but they've been doing it as fundraisers, and they only do it like a one-off here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're not getting back to record an album. They're not going to continue everything again.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, so maybe you can mention them for next year.
Soundgarden?
Yeah, under influence.
Listen, dude, if we're still around and we're still doing this in a year, I don't know why you think Soundgarden's even going to pop up in my brain.
Well, it did this time. See, what I would like to do is I want to get more involvement.
Writing. To not just do it's this. Because my answer is going to be Iron Maiden. End of story, period. It is what it is.
Every year? Same person?
Until they're in.
But this is our own, huh?
But, well, okay, so what did I use? Music Excellence. I used Maiden. So next year the performer will be Iron Maiden. The year after that, it'll be fucking influence will be Iron Maiden. Like, what do you want?
You know, I was thinking about why Iron Maiden went in the Hall of Fame. And the only thing I can come up with is they're not a household name. People who are in the heavy metal world know them and they respect them and know them like you and I do. But if you walk down the street and you find a woman and say, who do you know, Iron Maiden or Motley Crue? 9 times out of 10, the woman is going to always say Motley Crue. Or you ask some kid, Motley Crue or Iron Maiden? Motley Crue. Or Ozzy or Iron Maiden. And do that. Go around and ask people that don't know much about metal. Just ask them. Just name a band and put Iron Maiden with it and see how many of them would know that.
I think it would be a harder task getting them to know any metal at all these days.
Huh?
Well, the band we just know is Iron Maiden. I said the band we just know is Iron Maiden. They used him in one of the songs. It was part of the main chorus on Teenage Dirtbag.
Yeah, that band.
Yeah, they got 2 tickets for Iron Maiden. Yeah. Or listen to Iron Maiden, and they're all over the song.
Yeah, I can't help it. I'm very biased Iron Maiden, and I know that they could give 2 shits if they get inducted or not, but they deserve to be inducted. Whether they want to or not, doesn't matter. They deserve to be.
Well, we'll see if it eventually happens.
You know what
they started numerous petitions about it.
Okay, you know what I'd like? Just because this is the kind of dick that I am, I would like them to go, Iron Maiden, and for Iron Maiden to go, no, we're good, thanks.
I don't think they did.
Actually, I think one of the interviews that they were doing, this question came up. I think they actually came up with that answer.
Like I would genuinely, that would bring me some form of enjoyment, because they've been disrespected for so long. And I like the one that's running in every category this year is a fucking country artist.
What country are you
Oh,
put in for this one?
And then
This year, what country?
I don't remember their name, but it's a country artist, and they're nominated in like every category. So it's the same old bullshit where it's some bigwig,
So there's
like somebody's
so
paying
does
money
Rock
for
and
them to
Roll
be
Hall of
nominated.
Fame only nominate one like metal person or rock, and then everybody else comes along?
Yeah, it's everybody's country. Like the guy's in every category this year. And what's that other guy who I literally heard of him 3 months ago for the first time? It's
Jelly Roll.
Jelly
He's
Bean or
not
whatever the hell his
in the
name is.
Hall of Fame. I mean, he performed, but he's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's nominated. He's nominated this year. Yeah, it's him and a fucking country artist.
Again, household name.
I didn't even know who it was until 3 months ago.
I didn't think Jelly Roll had been around that long for him to even be nominated.
That's what I'm looking up.
So why does he belong in the Hall of Fame?
Well, he's looking it up to see
point.
if he was nominated or not.
Yeah, no, I'm looking to see if he even qualify. He doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
First album, 2011.
Well, he's nominated because he's nominated as a duo with the country artist.
Apparently, he's got a song in Sonic 3.
All right, I believe it.
Oh, shut up on Spotify. Not a big Sonic movie person.
No, I wasn't even a Sonic the Game person.
We can go to Sonic Burger if you want. You might have to go to the States for it, though.
No, I won't. You know what? I actually kind of want to try Sonic, but I saw a commercial for them today because I was watching the game that Eamon was watching. It doesn't look good. Like, it just doesn't look good. I'm like, oh, I've never had that. Let's go. White Castle is another one I've never been to, and I want to, but I can't.
Then we're out of California. Is that where White Castle is?
No, I just think
there's one up here. Well, Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris is hilarious in those.
In all of them.
He's the funny
one.
Got
all of them. Yeah. That Hindu guy was something else, man.
And then it's weird watching watching the main characters or the main actors go from playing Harold and Kumar to a serious role in something else.
Yeah, I don't know their names, so I don't even know them. Though I'm not a huge fan of those movies. I watched them because I was made to. Yeah. And Neil Patrick Harris was the only thing that made me laugh in those movies. But I want to try White Castle, but I can't.
It's just one big road trip for you.
So who is... just because I want this shit to go sideways, I think. For you personally, who is the band that influenced you the most? Both of you.
Well, it got me to start playing guitar and really falling through with it and everything was Kiss. And then I evolved from there.
Okay.
Let's see. I remember as a kid going through the whole, rock band persona from anything from...
we weren't kids when that game was out. We weren't kids.
Because, what was it? A friend of myself used to air band to stuff like Def Leppard, Men Without Hats, stuff like that.
Men at Work?
No, we didn't play along with those songs.
Really? They come from a land down under? Really?
Yeah. Which was based from a nursery rhyme, I think.
And you don't want a Vegemite sandwich?
It's the...
Yeah. Or AC/DC. For me, there's a lot of rock influence.
Okay. I'll tell you mine when Eamon
Who's
gets
yours?
back.
Was it really?
Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured it'd be funny because as much as I'm like, it seems like I'm bashing Motley Crue, and I'm not, because I'm genuinely a huge fan.
Just keep shitting on their live show.
Yeah. But they,
You know
Tommy
what?
Lee
You
is the
said
reason I
that.
wanted to
Yeah,
play
I've heard
drums.
you say that before. Bass. Yeah.
Nikki Sixx is the reason I wanted to play bass. Like I had, man, I used to get magazines and shit. Like I was this kid. I had fucking floor to ceiling, wall, like corner to corner. It was Motley Crue fucking everywhere. Everywhere. I knew, like when I was fucking 9 years old, I could tell you what their real names were. And back then, you
Said
had to go
Google.
search for that shit. That wasn't just, like,
There was no interwebs back then.
yeah, I'm genuinely a huge Motley Crue fan.
And I think that's why we're disappointed with the recent, live shows with all these 80s bands. Like I told you, that last 80s band that I thought was so disappointed. It just,
Yeah, but Motley Crue's been that
I
bad
don't
for
know, man.
20 years. When did we see them, Jay? 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
2009 or something like that?
They were shit. Complete shit. Like, everybody could play, and
you're
three
talking
of
about
them
when
did
Vince
a
Neil's-
fantastic
You know
job.
what? In around 2009, I think you're right. Yeah.
One of them fucking did not. Like, three of them pulled their weight. And then some.
And did the show for everyone and then all the interactions. And
Like, if it was a different, if they had a different drummer,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be the same live. The live show, I think Tommy Lee pulls all that together.
That's what it is. He's still a
I think
kid,
that's
man.
fun.
He's still a kid.
Yeah, like legit, Tommy Lee is the reason I wanted to play drums. There was nobody else because I didn't experience Eric Singer just yet. So like it was Tommy Lee. Like I swear to God, 9 years old, I knew that Nikki Sixx fucking took a guitar to a shop and switched it for a bass and walked out. Like I searched for this kind of shit. I loved them. Still do. So I thought I'd ask that question because I just know that everybody would just assume, oh, so Iron Maiden? No, it was Motley Crue, 100%. It was
It's just once you heard Iron Maiden, you
No,
never
it's
went
true.
back.
Yeah, I mean they're good.
No.
Damn, they're good.
Dude, once you hear, so when you, especially when you start playing like an instrument, it gives you a different perspective on what it is. Right? This is why I like the music I like. Because if like that song from Avantasia, man, that fucking drum track that Eric Singer, dude, that thing is awesome. But I think it was Iron Maiden. Like I heard them before, heard Killers, heard Iron Maiden. I was listening to it, and then I started trying to play in the bass, and then I heard Iron Maiden again, and I went, God damn.
Yeah. Like when I
I'm
first heard Maiden, the first song was "Running Free," and I was like, I want to know who this is.
That's hilarious because Running Free is the one that did it for me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running Free is the one that totally did it.
Yeah.
Like I heard Running Free and it was game over.
But if you want to
Give me
hear
everything that says Iron
if
Maiden
you want to
on
hear a good bass part from Iron Maiden is "Wasted Years" at the very beginning.
All of them?
It's really good, man. I really like Steve Harris.
Wasted Years is my favorite song. I mean, it's one of them. It's probably the one.
I remember trying to learn that one. And I kept snapping the strings.
Listen, I hear that a lot because I know another guy that tried to learn it and he kept
It's on the
snapping
E,
the E string.
You're
I
talking
think he
about the
said.
beginning.
Yeah. Just kept snapping the fucking string. He's like, I'm done learning this fucking song. I have to switch string every time. I'm like, oh, okay. I have a guitar or two. I still need to learn how to play it.
I have to get back at mine. They've been hanging up behind me for far too long.
Yeah. Well, mine are at my kids because I got nowhere to put them. But I want, there was, what did I hear? Did I hear? Oh, okay, I know the song. This is going to go like, but the thing that makes me want to like go get my bass, and we're going to get into it now, because it's been a minute since I played, was Billie Jean.
I've gone through how people play that one.
Yeah, I need to do it. Just if I can pull it off one time, because I've seen it played a bunch of different times, like different ways. But then I saw the actual bass player play it. He plays it totally different than everybody else does.
Of course.
So I want to learn how to play it the way it's played, not the way that guy over there plays it or that guy over there plays it. I want to know how it's played.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people play it a lot of different ways.
So it's funny to me because just a little bit more on the Iron Maiden. So when I started playing bass, like when I started wanting to play bass, Steve Harris sucked me in.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Running Free, just what? I need this. But then I was like, hey, wait a minute. I wonder if I can play this on drums. Because at that point, I already could drum a tiny bit. I will never, ever say I'm a drummer or a bass player. I can do both, sort of. But I started listening to the drumming in Maiden. Yeah, I'm all the way in on this. All the way. So the drums and the bass are what got me like Iron Maiden. Just give me. And it's for Motley Crue was drums. It was Tommy Lee. It was all Tommy Lee. But that's before I ever saw anything. Like I just heard it. So it was before the Cage, before all the other shit, before all of that. I heard Tommy Lee, and I was like,
and have you noticed his drum set? It's real basic. He don't he doesn't have the Neil Peart set.
It's really basic.
Which, oh my God, why didn't we mention him as an influence?
Because
we had time.
He's in a band. Dumb. That's why we didn't. But listen, I'll keep it going then. Neil Peart. So for me, it was the Tommy Lee, the Nico. It was Clive Burr too. Like, let's not lie, because the Iron Maiden, both of them I loved. But it was, I heard Eric Singer. Eric Singer kind of opened my brain a bit to what drumming could be. And then I heard, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because this is ridiculous.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, like Neil, he took drumming and what drumming is and was to a completely different level. Like there's arguments for Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa. Like there's arguments for those guys. It's fucking.
I agree.
He's the greatest drummer of all time.
I agree.
Like I'm a nobody, so what's my opinion? But if the dude Neil Peart, okay, are we ready for fights? Neil Peart is on a level that far exceeds. John Bonham.
I agree.
Keith Moon. Like Neil Peart is just like those guys are up here.
I agree.
But Neil Peart is.
I agree.
I think every time they were coming out with a new album, he's like, "Ooh, I'm going to add to my kit."
Yeah, there's a couple other guys that are like on Neil Peart's level.
Now you're talking who? Because I can't think of a single one.
Go on.
Okay.
Mike Mangini.
Yep.
Steve Bozzio. I don't want to ruin his name, but I think it's Steve Bozzio, who takes the Neil Peart kit experience to a completely different level. Like that guy needs a stage. Like he needs a Metallica stage.
Wow.
Just for the drums. Like he has a massive kit. And one of the most underrated drummers of all time is Chester Thompson.
Yeah.
Get that look right there?
That's what I'm thinking. I was waiting for
Who
you
the
to
fuck
say
is that? He played for Phil Collins. He also played, he's the one that took, when Phil Collins started singing, he's the one that took the drumming in Genesis.
Right.
So he did the live shows because he was doing it for the recordings, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you've seen a Phil Collins video.
Yeah.
He's the drummer.
So he had a lot to live up to, because when Phil Collins was drumming by solo, he was billed as the greatest drummer. So.
Are we really like greatest drummer? So Neil
and
Peart,
everybody else.
Phil Collins,
totally different styles,
but not the greatest.
No, but that was what he was being billed as. That's how they promoted him.
He's a very, very, very influential drummer.
Yes,
but with Phil Collins, you can literally go, "This is why." Boop, 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 boop,
And that's it.
I'm not saying he wasn't good, but if you listen to an interview, a Jason Bonham interview on when Phil Collins did the Led Zeppelin reunion show,
you had to keep asking for tips and tricks and all that for
from
songs.
Jason Bonham.
Yeah.
So why the fuck wasn't Jason Bonham just the one playing?
Maybe he was busy with Sammy Hagar.
But listen. That's one of Led Zeppelin's decision that we don't need to get into currently. Because apparently we just went off on some drummer rampage. And you two just
I like what you were saying. It makes sense. I really do.
It's kind of fun.
I like what you were saying.
I think it's harder to have that conversation with guitars, like with guitar players.
Because there's so many
it's a much harder conversation
awesome
to have with
guitar players, but there's only one awesome drum player.
Listen, at this point, I'd have to say Mike Portnoy's getting up there too, but that's an argument. I feel like it shouldn't be because he's awesome. You know what? How's this? Now that I've mentioned it, for musical excellence, fucking Dream Theater.
Yeah,
I was looking at them. I was thinking next year.
Good.
I was looking at them earlier. And I'm like, okay, who are they influenced from? They came out after Queensryche. So
every single one of those guys is on level that is just.
Well, I think I was reading up on that one. Mike Partner was out for a bit, and now he's back with them.
And so it's Dream Theater again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you know who replaced him?
I can't remember his name.
Mike
I was looking
Mangini.
it up, but who was he with before?
Mike Mangini?
Yes.
Remember,
I don't normally follow members. I follow
don't remember.
bands.
Listen, you watch that guy. Just watch one video of him. Like his shit moves so fast you can't even see it.
Well, it's Dream Theater.
No, I'm talking about Mike Mangini.
Yes, but he's
maybe the only guy that could have replaced Mike Portnoy. I have to be back in the room.
Yeah, because what was it for Dream Theater? My first song from them was "Pull Me Under" because it ended up being a freebie song for me. But no, I was looking at them and like, okay. But I was reading a little bit more deeper into them, like, they were influenced by Queensryche. Like, well, let's just go back a little bit further, and that's why I chose them.
There's another band that reminds me of them. You ever heard of a band called Lillian Axe?
Oh, I think I have.
Yeah.
I can't
They have a
remember
song
any
called
songs
True
offhand,
Believer, which is a really, really good song. Lillian Axe is a good one too. It's along the lines of Dream Theater and the rest of those guys.
Nice. Yeah, I was doing my Spotify Wrapped, and it's like, you've listened to over 2,000 different artists this year. Like, yes, I've done it.
Golly.
Over 200,000 minutes.
Did you just have it playing at work or something, and you just listen to it?
I keep it playing at work. I keep it playing at night. And did you check out your Spotify Wrapped?
But
I don't even know what that is.
Well, what?
Your Spotify Wrapped event this year. This is what you listened to this year.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I was checking mine out because I was curious, and it's like, yeah, you've listened to over 2,000 different artists.
Oh, I haven't listened to that many. Not even close. How do I check that? I'll check it right now, just so for fun.
As soon as you open up Spotify,
Yeah.
on the homepage at the top, you'll see a tab that says Wrapped.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like a 10-minute thing. It goes through your year in review. Well, we know Roxette's going to be on there.
Says, hi there. It's that time of year again. Life.
Raps. I noticed the rap before, like the years they've done it before, were a little bit more technical. Like
I
gave you more
listened
stats
for 12,200 minutes this year.
Oh, I got you beat. I'm around like 200,000.
Wait. Your biggest listening day was June 1st with 395 minutes.
Nice.
I played 539 songs. Apparently, that's not that much. Told you, dude.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Your top song was "Wish You the Best" by Lewis Capaldi.
Well, it's not Maiden.
It's so far off of what we talk about, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
That guy's pretty gay. Oh wow, my top 5 are all the. See, you're allowed to have different tastes in music.
Yes.
Well-rounded.
You've changed, and so has my listening, is what it says.
I know my top five are all newer bands.
February was my Viking power metal phase. Frozen Crown and Unleash the Archers.
It's like Jamie's live Wrapped event.
But it's not a phase though.
Oh no, as you said, the stats before were a lot more detailed. This one is kind of they did a lot of AI this time.
Apparently, I listened to 178 artists.
I got you beat.
I know. I told you would.
Too bad you
Apparently,
can't
I'm
skip
an
through this.
overachiever, and I spent 1,400 minutes with Lewis Capaldi this year.
Oh, I can't remember why you top art.
I didn't even know this was a thing, dude.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay, my top 5 artists: Lewis Capaldi, Volbeat, Battle Beast, Frozen Crown, and Glass Tiger.
Yeah.
Well, that's a well-rounded list. Let's see. Mine's just loading again.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
even know this was a thing.
Every year. So this year is 188,923 minutes. So I think you got you. That puts me in the top 0.5% of listeners worldwide.
Oh, Volbeat's coming out with a new album. Nice. We've never actually talked about them.
Volbeat, not yet. I played 7,914 songs this year.
I'm like new bands. That's what I listen to.
Yeah. Top song was Hunter by Bassett.
And I gotta admit, like this is just Spotify.
Yeah.
So Spotify is usually what I listen to when I'm driving. I just hook the phone up and then just do that. But 90.
I'd be kind of scared if YouTube did this.
Well, yeah. Oh, that would be a very different list, dude. It would be top artist, Love Bites. That's just how it would go. Second
I
artist,
love Battle Beast.
Yeah, they're on both my lists.
Yeah.
Like,
I was just Battle Beast.
yeah, I like them a lot.
Okay, did you go through your top 5 songs?
No,
No? Okay.
for a reason.
I'll skip my top 5 songs.
Well, hang on.
You did top 5 artists, though.
Well,
I thought it
hang
should be
on.
next.
No, let's do this. Since we're doing it, my top songs. Oh, so now that I've already gone through this, it will just give it a go.
I spent way too much time listening to podcasts this year.
Oh, man.
14,600 minutes.
Okay, you ready? First one, Wish You the Best. That's Lewis Capaldi. Second one, Before You Go. That's, again, Lewis Capaldi. Third one, Awakening, Unleash the Archers.
What?
Fourth one, Never Ending, Frozen Crown. Fifth one, Dreams, the Cranberries.
Nice. I'll have to go back. Oh, I think it has the top 5 at the end again, doesn't it?
So I apparently listen to different stuff.
Don't we all? May was your Pixie old school metal hard rock phase.
So I did actually listen to a bunch of new bands, like new albums and new stuff. I listened to a bunch of Blind Guardian, a bunch of Amanda Marshall. For the record, if people don't know who Amanda Marshall is, you need to, because that, holy shit, she is a good singer.
I was listening to her today. Well, picking up my car. June was your Wild West happy rock 80s pop season.
Yeah.
Pat Benatar, Kim Wilde, and Phil Collins.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's just randomly picking months, I think.
The podcast I listened to the most?
Was it ours?
The only podcast I listen to on Spotify, actually, is the Joe Rogan Experience.
October was your theatrical noir rock moment.
What is noir rock?
I don't know. Your big artists were Diamante, Marissa and the Moths, and The Warning.
Oh, I listen to see, that's on my YouTube list too. I can do audiobooks on Spotify.
2,354 artists.
Well,
This year.
rounded.
Yeah. 2,354.
Because he lets Spotify do that thing where anything in this that could be close to this song, play that too. I know he does that because he told me that.
Yeah, I like music. And this is how I find new bands.
So do I, but I really like the bands that I found, and I want to listen to them before I listen to new ones.
I like finding all the new ones. It makes it more challenging. Apparently, Gin Annie was the top artist of the year. The longest listening streak was 9 days. Overachiever with 3,681 minutes with them. Listening to them. Listen to them a lot at work. I think I'll classify them more as like a hard rock.
So, yeah. So I'm really discovering I shouldn't be doing this right now. Let me not do this right now.
Okay, top 5 artists.
I didn't know audiobooks were a thing on Spotify.
Oh, yeah. So, top artists would be Gin Annie, Bassette. Jaime, that was the one with the ass that I sent you the picture of.
The one with the what now?
The ass.
When did you send me a picture of?
Her one album cover was basically her turned around. And
Oh, is that the English lady?
yes.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Bon Jovi, Roxette, and Eden's Curse.
I'm going to listen. There's some Roxanne on mine too.
Yes.
Can't deny it. I'm going to do new bands. So how I'm finding new bands now is I'm literally Googling Scandinavian metal band.
I just go
That's
through
what I
random and
do.
see what plays next on my
Because
list.
they seem to be the ones that I
You're right,
gravitate
Jamie.
to the most.
Same with me.
Uh-huh.
That's mm-hmm.
The Scandinavian ones.
Yeah,
they're the ones
I
I
don't know what
gravitate
the
to
deal
the
is.
most.
Why all of a sudden they're all coming out of there, from that area. And it's good music. It's real good music. But something is they're doing something right over there.
Yeah, I think.
They have more music classes.
Well, listen, of all the bands we've talked about, I would say 95% of them are from Scandinavia somewhere.
Yeah.
Because the ones that come in my head that aren't are, I mean, I talk about Iron Maiden all.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's it, but I think like the three of us have talked about Love Bites,
Japanese.
Unleash the Archers, Canadian.
Yeah.
And I think there was another one, Frozen Crown, and they're Italian. But everybody
Everybody's
else
from
is pretty much from Scandinavia somewhere.
Well,
from
the
Finland.
Warning we talked about
everybody
are
else
from Mexico.
But the Warning was last time.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know what it is about
fucking good.
that area over there. Everybody from Sabaton and Battle Beast, all of them.
Yeah.
Brothers of Metal. Everybody we're talking about, we were reviewing their stuff. Is man, they're all from that area, and it's like, what are they doing over there?
Yeah, they're all, and they're
Yeah.
doing something right.
All right. So you want my top 5 songs?
Sure.
I got them with the artists this time. So
Okay.
Hunter by Bastet. Until Your Mind is by Gin Annie. Forget You by Avalon Stone. Rain by Gin Annie. And Devil in Me by Gin Annie.
So you like her then?
It's a group and it's dudes.
Oh, so you like them then?
The group's not too bad. So I'll make sure to post our first year, our first inductees to our own personal Hall of Fame. We'll post that on the Jay's Basement website. You look like you're thinking.
I am. So next time,
Mm-hmm.
This will be tough for all 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for me. It'll be for all 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to put you fuckers in an awkward thing too, because it seems to be me all the time. So, and I don't want it no more. So let's try and find a band from North America.
From North America. Okay.
Which I know is tough. And this will be the tough part. Let's try not to talk about a band from Scandinavia. Let's just
the next
try it.
episode?
I have
Just
one
to see
for
how
you
long it
right
lasts.
now,
5 steps.
but it's funny because they've signed on with Napalm Records. Isn't that crazy? But they're out of Florida.
So they're going to tour
They're
in
out
Scandinavia.
of Florida, but they signed on with the same, record company, Sabaton, Powerwolf, all those guys. Yeah.
Unleash the Archers too is on Napalm.
A lot of the ones we've talked about are on Napalm.
Listen, most of them are.
I'll mention them next week. Yeah, you bet. They're good. They're good. They're real good.
Oh, well, let them tell me now so I can give them a listen. Seven Kingdoms.
I think I've heard them once.
I've actually, you and I have talked about this when we were waiting for him, not on. So Eamon and I have actually, he's mentioned them before to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When we were waiting for you.
Yeah, well, that tends to happen.
Yeah.
Seven Kingdoms. Okay, we'll give that a go.
Yep.
They're from Florida, you say. We'll give them a try. Listen, again with the Napalm. Like, Napalm is the one that signs all the fucking bands.
I'm gonna go digging. I'll see what I could find.
I mean, we've talked about a couple of Dutch bands too. Some German bands. Like, Germany is underrated for music.
And they host Wacken.
That's the one festival that I would go to, and I wouldn't even think twice. If I could get there somehow, I wouldn't even think twice. For a weekend event like that, though, I think I might need to take some assistance.
Okay, so look up Seven Kingdoms for next time, and I'll see what I can find for another North American band.
I'm looking. Oh, another one. They're out of L.A. I saw them back in June. They opened up for Sebastian Bach. They were good. They're called Classless Act.
I haven't heard of them.
Classless Act.
Who?
Look them up.
Hey, doesn't Hailstorm count as North American?
Yeah, but I mean, yes, because they're from Pennsylvania, and that's very North American. But
okay, so we'll finish this one up here. We'll post our primary bands we were talking about for this year. Secondary ones we were talking about, we can maybe mention again for next year. For next year, what I would like to do, we'll see if this works out.
He's optimist.
I like to try to post our own nominees and then see what people think.
Dude, we're gonna have to get people to listen to us for there to be a next year.
Well, there's our own goal.
But listen, for me, that's not a goal. For me, this is I get to hang out with my fucking friend and my new friend. That's what this is to me.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll post some stuff. We'll see what happens.
Trust me, the second I start putting effort into this stuff, it's just going to go.
Yeah. But until next time, make sure to rate us, like us on Spotify, and follow us on YouTube. And we're on all the major platforms for podcasts.
Keep going, sorry. Something just popped in there. Just keep going.
Yeah. You can contact us at jjpodcast@jaysbasement.com. And until then,
Take care.
say bye, guys.
See you later.
Until next time, talk to you guys later.